Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us another week of Friday Night Lights in the book. I'm your host, Corinne McGrath. Lots of local teams on the road this week, but there was one Grand Strand matchup taking place right here at Doug Shaw Memorial Stadium as the 0-2 Myrtle Beach Seahawks look to get their first win of the season against the 2-0 St. James Sharks. St. James is 0-14 against Myrtle Beach all time, and the last time these two teams met, the Seahawks took down the Sharks 55-3. But St. James says this is the best team they've had in years. Let's get right into it. Second home game in a row for the Seahawks and third consecutive road game for the Sharks. Good thing they've been traveling well. Myrtle Beach starting off with the ball. Quarterback Trey Dunn sends a rocket down the field to Jake Doty, who goes up out of the crowd to catch it for the huge first down. Talon runs in the family. A couple plays later, Malachi Washington runs it in, and Myrtle Beach is up 6-0. Seahawks back with the ball. Dunn tries to connect with Cam Ward, but it's picked off by Jason Faulkner on the 30, and he takes it the other way for the touchdown. Scores 7-6. Seahawks answer back on the Sharks 40 QB1. Trey Dunn calls his own number and swims around a school of Sharks for Myrtle Beach's second touchdown of the night. There you go. Deja vu coming up next. Dunn again does it himself and plows right into the end zone. Myrtle Beach taking control. Score is 20-6. Sharks need to make a big play here, and here it comes. Quarterback Connor Schwarm sends this one down the field, and Ben Sands holds onto it with his fingertips to move the Sharks into the red zone. 3 plays later, and Schwarm connects with Faulkner in the end zone to cut into Myrtle Beach's lead, and it's 20-14. Myrtle Beach will hit a field goal before the clock runs out to make this game 23-14 at the half, but it'll be all Seahawks in the second half tonight as Myrtle Beach picks up their first win of the season, beating St. James tonight 37-21. And it's a matchup to get hyped for as the Knights of West Florence hosted the Socastee Braves. We pick it up in the second quarter. West Florence up, but Socastee would get stops to keep them in the game. However, West Florence would continue to put their foot on the pedal. Socastee moving down the field, but this ball comes out and is stolen away. West Florence gets the momentum back on their side, and check out this beautiful pass by Deuce Hudson. Knights up 41-0 at the half. After that, there was no hope for Socastee. Knights improved to 3-0 after a 54-13 win. Well, now we're still in the PD for Wilson High School, where the Wilson Tigers took on the Dillon Knights. Both teams fresh off a big win, but it'll be Knights QB Josiah Oxendine with the keeper diving in for the first touchdown. Now it's time to see if Wilson can do it. They answer back with a roar. Tremel Eccles also diving in for the touchdown, tying this game up. Score 7-7. Knights hoping to inch ahead, but the ball is fumbled. Zaire Wilson scoops this one up and will score for the Wilson Tigers. But just as the Tigers are getting their edge up 21-7, senior Donez Alfred says don't count the Knights out and runs it in for a touchdown. It was back and forth all night, but Dillon goes on to win this one tonight 42-35. Heading to North Carolina when North Myrtle Beach is taking on West Brunswick. Trojans are driving early. Kavon Daniels up the gut for 18 hard-fought yards. Man. Then J.J. Cobb, hurt last week, but he's looking good tonight as he takes it 12 yards down, and they are within the 5. Sets up for quarterback Javon McCray to juke out everyone as he slides in from 5 out for the first 6 of the night, and they're up 7-0. Now it's the Chiefs' turn. Will Murray finds an open Bryson Hardy inside the 5. Great job by Trojans keeping Hardy out of the end zone. Chiefs would have to settle for 3. 7-3 is the score. McCray now hits Cobb. Did we mention he's feeling good? Yeah, he's feeling really good. This house call good for a 75-yard touchdown, and the score is 14-3, but North Myrtle Beach, they're going to come fighting back, and for the second year in a row, North Myrtle takes the Battle of the Border and earns their first win of the season, beating the Trojans 42-26. Now let's take a look at some scores from other local Class 4A teams in action tonight. It was the battle of the Bruins as 2-0 South Florence went on the road to take on Orangeburg Wilkinson. They will come back undefeated, winning 35-8. South Florence hosts Carolina Forest next week. Meanwhile, in Hartsville, traveled to Midland to take on the Camden Bulldogs. The Red Foxes will come back home victorious after a 36-29 win. Nice game tonight. In Class 5A, Carolina Forest went on the road to face Oceanside Collegiate Land Sharks. They ended up losing a close matchup 28-24. Meanwhile, the Conway Tigers also went to the Low Country to take on the Ashley Ridge Swamp Foxes and lost 23-7. We're going to take a quick Gatorade break, but we'll take you through Class 3A, 2A, and 1A next. Extra Point is back in 3.5 minutes.